The idea of taking a baby on a road trip is a really daunting thought. So imagine how I'm feeling knowing that in a few days, my 5-month-old baby is going to be going with us on a road trip from Washington State to California, lasting a full month. And I haven't even started packing yet. But that's the subject of today's video. To help me feel a little bit more organized, I'm going to be sharing with you everything that we're bringing with us on our 1-month-long road trip with our 5-month-old baby. Let's start with essentials. So of course we're going to bring clothing. Right now he's wearing about 3 to 6-month-old onesies, sometimes the 6 to 9-month-old onesies depending on the brand. So we're going to be bringing onesies that are short-sleeved as well as long-sleeved. And we're going to be bringing quite a few. I don't have an exact number in mind, but probably at least 10 different outfits, considering he often soils a few a day. We'll also be bringing lots of socks and hats, since he will be spending lots of outdoor time with us. By the way, our trip is centered on national parks, as well as a little bit of food tourism, but we're going to be trying to social distance and keep our family safe from germs, so we will be spending the majority of our time either in our private Airbnb cottages or out in hiking trails. We'll also be bringing some of his favorite blankets, including his swaddling blankets and some heavier blankets for when the weather gets a little bit cooler. And don't forget the Binkies or pacifiers. We don't use them often with our baby. In fact, we were very much against using them at all at first, but we did a few shorter road trips as a trial run. And during those, we discovered that there are some times when baby just doesn't want to sleep in the car. And for whatever reason, he's fussy, and yet we have to drive in order to get to a destination. And so during those times, we resort to using Binkies, and they actually work really well for car trips. Oh.
Okay, well, we stopped to give him some hugs.
This is important that we're finding for road trips, especially if he's like getting fussy. Usually he just needs a break and just wants to be held and be loved. Yes, baby.
Sweetie.
Speaking of car trips, we have 3 items that are transportation related. The first being a car seat. We're using the Nuna car seat along with the Nuna stroller. And this is a really great travel combination that fits inside of our Jeep and also keeps the baby really safe. We got into a little fender bender recently, and that just proved how good that car seat is at insulating our baby and keeping him safe. As for the stroller, we absolutely love our Nuna stroller. It's not a jogging stroller, so it's not exactly ideal for being outdoors on the trails, but we have taken it on some dirt and gravel paths in our local parks, and the stroller actually does really well. We go out for daily walks, and it's the perfect stroller for walking. And the third transportation-related item that we're bringing is our Baby 360. We love this carrier. It was highly recommended to us by our friends, and we use it all the time for going on walks with baby whenever he doesn't want to be in the stroller. It's also really great for whenever baby is going through a clingy stage like Julian is right now. He just wants to be held a lot of the time. And you know, the kid weighs over 15 pounds at this point, so my arms are getting really tired. So that Baby is really nice for giving my arms a break. Another device that I'm not sure if we're going to be bringing it or not, but it's this like waist pack that has a little seat on it, and that also really helps relieve your arms whenever your baby just wants to be held and you don't want to deal with the straps of the Baby. That little waist pack is really, really nice. Next, let's talk about hygiene. And this is actually a really long list of things because the more I thought about it, the more I realized that we actually need a lot of hygiene-related items for a baby during our trip. The first is an ear and nose picker. And so this is one of those things where it's like, how do you get your baby to blow his nose when he's a little bit congested, which he has been lately. So I have this little ear and nose picker, and it's been really great for helping clear his nose as well as his ears, because his ears already have tons of wax in it. So we're definitely going to have to be using that tool a lot on the road. I'll also be bringing his nail filer, which is what we're using to cut his nails, because I'm really surprised at how fast his nails grow. It's like every other day I feel like I need to be cutting or filing his nails. So I'll be bringing that. It's battery powered, so I have to make sure that the AA batteries inside of it are charged, and we should be good to go. Next, let's talk about bath time. So we've been bathing Julian inside of our kitchen sink, which has been working out actually really well because we're not staying in the same place. We're going to be changing up quite a bit, and so I'm not sure if those things are going to be big enough for him. So for that reason, I just ordered an inflatable bathtub bathtub that is meant for babies from, I think, age 6 months to 24 months. And so I think it'll be just right for him. Hopefully lightweight enough, and I'll be able to bathe him, because right now I think we're doing baths about, every other day or at least several times a week at this point. I'm also going to be bringing travel size baby soap and shampoo, as well as his comb and a towel. And that should cover us for bath time. A few of the things that we'll bring in moderation, but not too much of, because we can probably buy these on the road, are diapers and wipes. And I also have to remember to bring some small trash bags for whenever we have to change his diaper on the go, which is probably going to happen a lot, and our portable changing pad. Along those lines, I'll also bring some dirty laundry bags for whenever we have some blowouts or accidents on the road, and also some stain remover. I found this really great little stain remover on Amazon. It smells really nice and is actually really effective. Whenever I use it on his garments that look soiled beyond repair, it makes them look brand new again. Next up, let's talk about eating. So Julian is about 5 months old, just barely 5 months. And so he's not yet eating solids, and we don't anticipate feeding him solids on this trip. We're going to wait until we come back before we tackle that. So for right now, he's being exclusively bottle fed, and I'm exclusively pumping. So I have to bring all of my pumping equipment, and that includes the bottles. We're using Dr. Brown's bottles, and also the flanges, and my portable pumping device, which is a baby Buddha. I waited for months for this device because it was back ordered, but once I got it, this has been the best pump for travel. I really recommend it, and it's really been a game changer. I'll also be bringing the bottle washing supplies, including bottle washing soap and a bottle washing scrubby. Now these are a lot of small moving parts, so I just got a bigger bin with a cover on it to keep all of the bottles and pumping supplies clean and safe inside of one big device. So hopefully this works well. And one last thing, I'll be bringing my silicone sanitizing bag. This thing is quite small. I really wish there was a bigger option, but I can stick this inside of the microwave and sanitize my pumping parts or bottle parts on the go, which is really useful and much smaller than my bigger sanitizing device that I use at home. A few other food-related things that we're bringing for Julian include his supplements. So for his age, our pediatrician is recommending that he takes a vitamin D supplement that's specific to babies that are fed off of breast milk exclusively, and also now an iron supplement. So we'll bring both of those in addition to gripe water. Gripe water we used a lot when he was really young, and I like to believe that it was helping him sleep better at night, although I don't have any evidence that that's actually true. So sometimes we give him a little bit of gripe water whenever he's feeling extra fussy at night. So I do have a mini fridge, which we've been using in our guest bathroom to hold his milk supply overnight. And that mini fridge plugs into a wall, but it also has a car adapter. So we're probably going to be bringing that mini fridge to keep his supplements cool, as well as any breast milk that I'm pumping on the road. One last supplement related thing that we'll be bringing is teething oil. So we're trying to stay away from things like Tylenol or anything like that for pain relief, but we are aware that he's about to start teething. So in case that starts happening during our trip, I did order some teething oil that is all natural and should help give him some pain relief should he need it. Oh, and of course, we're going to be bringing copious amounts of burp cloths and bibs for him. I love these bibs by Tush Baby, I think is the name. They're made of organic cotton, actually really affordably priced, and they come in really nice colors. But best of all, they're super absorbent without seeping through. So really great bibs if you're on the lookout for something nice for your baby. Next, let's talk about his sleeping arrangements. So currently he's sleeping in his crib at night in his own room. We're not bringing the crib obviously, but we are going to be bringing his Nuna playpen. And this thing packs up super well. He actually slept a lot in it while he was an infant and during our initial road trips. So he's used to sleeping in it, and we've traveled with it a few times, so we know how it works and how it packs up fairly small. It's still pretty big, but considering that you do need to bring something for your baby to sleep in, I think the footprint is pretty small considering what it does for you. The other nice thing about this playpen is that it has application for him even after he turns a year plus old. And it's nicely constructed, so I think it's going to hold up really well over time. And the only other sleep-related item that we're going to be bringing is his baby Bjorn bouncer. He took a little while to warm up to it. Maybe the first month or two, I was kind of like, I don't get why so many parents rave about this bouncer. But now that he's a lot bigger and older, he loves this bouncer. And he takes his naps in it during the day a lot too. So we plan to use it for not only keeping him upright and entertained during the day, but also possibly at night in case he needs a little bit of elevation after he eats. There's one other item that I'm kind of on the fence about bringing, and that's his Hatch noise machine. It's a little bit on the big side, which is the only reason why we may not bring it, but we might bring it just because he always has this noise machine going on in his room at night, and I've even gotten used to it, and I really like the sounds that it makes, and the fact that it's also a little nightlight. So it's a possibility to be brought. It can be traveled with. It's just a little bit bulky for what it is. But that's one possibility that might be really good to add to your list. And the final items here are related to entertainment, because Julian is now of the age where he constantly wants to be entertained. And so we do have a few things that are working really well for him. The first is his play gym. He absolutely loves his play gyms. We have several that were hand-me-downs from a good friend of mine, and I'm so glad that we have them, because now that he's of the age to be enjoying them, he loves being under them at least several times a day. I'm so grateful that these play gyms can pack up and travel well, so we'll definitely bring at least one, possibly two of them with us. We'll also be bringing a cork mat to go under the play gym to give him a little bit more cushion and support, and just a nicer, cleaner place to play. This cork mat rolls and is really great to travel with, and we'll probably use it ourselves to stretch out and do some yoga. And finally, we'll be bringing a few of his toys that he just started playing with recently. Some of those are the Montessori toys, most of them are wood-based, and also a sensory book, which he's really enjoyed playing with. Alright, so those are all of the items that we're going to be bringing on this month-long road trip with our 5-month-old baby. I couldn't think of anything else as I went through it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the bulk of it, and that's a lot of stuff. We're pretty sure it's all going to fit inside of our Jeep, but we won't know until we try it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If I'm missing anything, if you would bring other essential items for your baby when you're traveling, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel if you want to know more about traveling as a family, because we just started making our travel vlogs more family oriented. So stay tuned for some of those vlogs, and we'll also have more videos like this talking about some of our packing techniques, both with and without our baby.